Recently, there's been a lot of speculation and concern surrounding mod support for Diablo 2 Resurrected. The worry has come after the removal of TCP/IP and Open Battle.net, which were methods used to play with other people outside the confinements and rules of closed Battle.net servers. Both TCP/IP and Open Battle.net bring along their fair share of problems, so it's no surprise they are being done away with. But with both of these options removed, it only leaves private servers, which are notorious for allowing people to play with cracked versions of the game. And, as we all know, Blizzard is just generally not a fan of private servers. So where does that leave us? Well, first, let's talk a little bit about the evolution and growth of Diablo 2 over the years. Some of you may not realize this, but the community of people that play Diablo 2 mods is very large. And in my opinion, they are a big reason, if not the only reason, Diablo 2 hasn't died out entirely over the years. If it weren't for mods, there'd only be speedrunners, and while speedrunning is interesting to watch for some people, it is definitely not everyone's cup of tea. To give you some more background on this, let me tell you a little bit about myself and my history of Diablo 2. I started streaming on Twitch 6 years ago with Diablo and Diablo 2. At that time in the streaming world, there were only 4 or 5 people at the most that were streaming Diablo 2 at any given moment. And usually, 2 of these people were speedrunners. As I'm sure most of you might be guessing already, Mr. Llama SC was one of these streamers. As a matter of fact, he was the most popular Diablo 2 streamer with around 80 or so viewers. He was actually the first big streamer to ever host me, and I never forgot just how welcoming the D2 community can be. But as I kept streaming the vanilla game, I'd get more and more people coming into my chat and suggesting that I give modded servers a try. More specifically, one called /Diablo, where the main draw was there were no cheaters, third-party trading sites, and there were some quality of life improvements made. It was essentially the same old Diablo 2, but on an even playing field away from botters and armed tiers. I played this for a little while, and then someone pointed out to me that there was another modded server that existed under the same umbrella as /Diablo, and it had a bunch of changes to it, like new items, new skills, skill rebalancing, more crafting, in-game balancing tweaks, and a ton of other stuff. I was hesitant at first because I loved the original so much that I thought it would be hard to improve on, and if anything, it would just ruin the experience for me. But after I started playing, I became addicted to Diablo 2 all over again. This mod eventually became known as Diablo 2 Resurgence, and I played quite a few ladder resets of it over the years. But as I streamed it, more people noticed it, and more people started streaming it themselves. Some of these people have even gone off to become bigger Diablo streamers in recent years. Alongside Resurgence was Path of Diablo. This mod did a lot of the same things Resurgence did, and because of its name and designs inspired from PoE, it brought a lot of extra attention from bigger streamers that played Path of Exile. This is when I noticed the attention at Diablo 2 really starting to pick up. People with bigger audiences were introducing players to the possibility of mods in D2, and at the same time, Twitch was becoming more and more popular. So naturally, these once small communities began to grow even larger. I know at this point some of you might be screaming, but what about Median XL? Median XL was there as well, but I don't remember people streaming it for quite some time. For me, and I think a lot of other people, it was just such a far stretch away from the original Diablo 2 experience that it didn't really feel like an extension of D2, but more like an entirely new game altogether, which isn't what a lot of us were looking for. Now, I'm definitely not sitting here trying to take credit for the growth of Diablo 2 and its mod scene because I streamed it a long time ago. I only mentioned all this because I watched it grow and branch out into what it's become today. And I firmly believe that without the support of mods, the full weight of Diablo 2 would have rested on the speedrunners' shoulders. And I'm not so sure they would have been enough to carry it to where it stands today. I brought all this up because it would be a huge oversight by Blizzard and the developers of D2R not to recognize the importance of mods for Diablo 2. I think they are fully aware of this, which is why they gave us a tweet saying there will be mod support for D2R. But with TCP/IP and Open Battle.net gone, as well as Blizzard's clear disdain for private servers, how will they be supporting them? Well, I think the logical option would be for Blizzard to host them on their own servers. They could even rent servers out to the creators of these mods, much like Minecraft servers. This way, Blizzard could confirm that players are using legitimate copies of the game and offer support for modders via server tools and maintenance. I think it's a little too soon to be all doom and gloom about mod support, but the developers should at least make a statement clarifying what they meant in their tweet and what their plans are for mods in Diablo 2 Resurrected. That way, all the speculation will be put to rest and people can stop panicking on the forums. It does have me a little concerned that they haven't already done this, and it makes me think that the whole mod support thing could have just been a PR stunt to begin with. But in the end, if the developers have no plans to release a separate version of the game with updates, the mods will be D2R's only saving grace. A lot of people don't want the same experience they've had over the last 20 years, and I'm one of those people. Sure, I'll play D2R on release, but that's mostly because I just want to experience the game with all the new graphical changes. But I'll still be bored of it in a month, and I'll likely never make a return to play it again. This is how I imagine the majority of people will be as well. But with mods, I can see myself playing D2R for years to come. All we can do now is wait and hope the developers have listened. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.